Thank you for talking with me today. Let's jump right in. When was the last time you spoke with anyone in the band formerly known as Lady Antebellum, now going by Lady A?
It's been about 2 or 3 weeks.
They've explained that they feel like they've moved to Lady A in solidarity with Black Lives Matter and the sign of the times, if you will. Does that make any difference, their intention, why they're dropping Antebellum?
Their intention is good. I applaud them for that. But you can't go from Antebellum to A and think that nobody knows what it still stands for. If that was your nickname and everybody knows it still stands for Antebellum, what change have you actually made?
So for people who are saying, why not just coexist if you have different fan bases or, sometimes names cross, what is your reaction?
So as soon as they put a CD out as Lady A, they wiped me off totally, off Amazon, iTunes, and Spotify.
How is that?
Because they have more fans than I do. You can't have Lady A apples and Lady A apples because somebody's going to suffer. So we made suggestions and they dismissed us.
Like what?
I said, why don't you be Lady A, the band, and I'll be Lady A, the artist. You want to be an ally. And allyship requires that you give up something sometimes. And it requires that you put action behind your words. So we said, why don't you take me, Lady A, Anita, and put me under your management company, rebrand me. They didn't address it in the contracts. They didn't address it when speaking with them. And I started to feel like, you know what, you're just dismissing me. They wanted to do a song together. Then I started to feel, so this is the song and dance routine you want me to do so that you look woke to everybody else. And then I would just disappear because you can't have two Lady A's. And that's been proven.
So when you said you were thinking, why don't you bring me on under you, would your name still be Lady A, or you were saying you would do a whole new name?
Do a whole new name. I was willing to bend in order to bring about camaraderie. And for me, that was giving up a lot. But I was willing to do it in the name of community. I mean, that was like the last thing I wanted to do, because I always went in saying, I don't want to change my name.
So where do we go from here?
I do not want to give up my name. I have worked hard to get where I am. Just because I don't have 50,000 fans or 40,000 fans, the 4,000, the 400, or even if I only had 4, are still important to me. I have kids that I mentor. How will I explain to them that I just gave up my name?
If they drop the lawsuit and want to negotiate again, would you do that?
I'm for negotiations, but I'm not changing my mind. They need to change their name. Just that simple.
Did you ever imagine it was going to turn into this?
No. Like I say, God has placed me in this position for a reason. Some may say, well, why don't I change my name? Why would I? I have Lady A tattooed on my shoulder.
So if they pay you whatever amount you decide is fair and then help you rebrand, will you still feel some kind of way because it's going to say Lady A tattooed on your shoulder?
Yeah. I would feel some type of way. They say I tried to extort $10 million from them. That was our counter offer because they kept saying, we'll do our best efforts. Well, you keep saying the same thing, but you're not offering explanations. You're not giving us what that looks like. So finally, I told my lawyers, I want to settle this. I want this to go away because I have a life to get back to. I have a community to do things for. I said, you know what? $5 million for me. I'll rebrand myself. I will change all my CDs. I will start over again. At 62, I'm going to start over again. The other $5 million would go to Black Lives Matter because Lady Antebellum said they did.
They're going to be people who say, girl, I've never seen 5 million in my lifetime, let alone 1 million, let alone 500,000. You're just trying to get some money.
I'm worth more than the 10 million that I asked for. That's what I have to say to you. And if you don't think that you're worth it, God bless you. I'm worth every penny that I asked for. I'm worth more. I was willing to settle for the 5 million. This has never been just about me. If I don't get a dime, I'm gonna continue to do what I do. I've worked a day job and sung and traveled and grinded and bought my own CDs and produced myself and paid people and paid band members and rehearsal halls. I've grinded since day one.
We reached out to the band formerly known as Lady Antebellum, and their team directed us to a statement released 3 weeks ago saying in part, quote, Lady A and her team have demanded a $10 million payment. So reluctantly, we have come to the conclusion that we need to ask a court to affirm our right to continue to use the name Lady A, a trademark we have held for many years. We hope Anita and the advisors she is now listening to will change their minds about their approach. We can do so much more together than in this dispute. So guys, we'll certainly keep you posted on how this all plays out. That's a tough one.
That was a great conversation.
It's going to be interesting to see.
Yeah.